time since I uploaded a video, and I thought I'd come back with something really informational. A lot of people come into this game not knowing how to tune, and one thing I mean, even now, like a lot of people who's actually been in this game have actually just only ran tunes of other people, and I have been doing that for the longest time until I actually took the time to really go through the game and apply what I learned outside of Nitto and applied it to this game, and surprisingly, it works out really well. So I'm just gonna get right into it. But you're gonna be hearing the funnel concept, and if you don't know what the funnel concept is, basically, if you ever seen an oil funnel or just any kind of funnel, what it is it's a big opening that goes into a narrow gap, right? What happens is that throughout this whole lesson, actually, the funnel concept, what you want to do is create pressure. If you put something, you cap the funnel on the very top, right? And you push or you put pressure into it, say water, right? What happens is that as it reaches towards the bottom, it gets smaller and smaller. Well, when that gets smaller and smaller, it creates pressure. And what happens is that it needs pressure to go through the small amount of space at the bottom of the funnel. So you're going to be hearing that a lot. And another concept you're going to be hearing too is the water hose concept. So keep that in mind, okay, guys? All right. So I'm just going to go over this. This is on the main website. It's on NittoLegends.com. If you can't find it, here's the URL, and I will provide it on the bottom of the video. So first off, flow. Flow is basically the measurement of air going inside your car, and they have great diagrams. I think everybody should read, but I'm gonna go ahead and briefly explain what everything is. So flow, air comes in from the intake to the engine through the exhaust, or through the engine to the exhaust, right? So this is basically the principle of a flowing car, a operating car at 100%, which is basically no engine damage, pure, it will run forever. The second concept it gives you is increased airflow, which is airflow comes into the intake, fills up the engine, or the engine has more air flowing through the engine and through the exhaust, right? And then putting the right part, basically, since you have more airflow with the turbocharged engine now, or with the turbocharging, you're gonna have to increase the intake piping and also your exhaust piping. This allows more airflow coming into your engine and going out to your engine, and by you doing that, you effectively increase your engine car horsepower, or your engine horsepower, and not only that too, you also increase the liability. Here's the thing though, if you don't upgrade this intake, you upgrade the turbo and you upgrade the exhaust, right? Say that you go up here, you have this the stock intake. Well, that's gonna conflict because your engine can take this much in, and this is what your turbo is inputting. It's inducing. That's why they call it forced induction. So it's inducing more air than what the engine or what the stock application can handle. This causes engine damage, and so does vice versa. If you have this exhaust, replace the big exhaust with the small exhaust, or the manufacturer exhaust up here, and you have a big intake, so you're pushing a lot of air in through your engine, but through the small little exhaust. So that's the concept of airflow. And by you having all the right parts, right, like this diagram right here, you achieve perfect airflow. This will increase your life, or your engine's lifetime, throughout the game or throughout the run. So that's the basic concept. Whoops. went off screen right there. Synchronizing. So synchronizing basically tells you what I've been telling you. And here's another good picture right here. Air comes in through the engine, but since you have a big exhaust, right, air is just flowing. So the air is not synchronized when you get that airflow. This also creates power of loss. I mean, same concept with the bigger intake. You know, you might have such a big intake, but your engine can only input or induce 70% of air, right? And this little intake right here can induce that 70% of air, and so making it 100% flowable, right? So it's the same concept. I don't know if you guys understand that, but it's the same concept of what I told you guys before. Now, airflow ratio. Now, this is very important, and this is another different concept right here. Basically, what it is your engine has a capacity of air and fuel. If you have a lot of air but using stock fuel, you'll actually hurt your engine because of the fact that, and you actually lose power. You increase, but you won't increase that much until you fix the the air and fuel ratio. So basically, you want to keep tabs on your fuel system, which is basically, you know, you go through your injectors, your fuel pump, and whatnot. I will show you guys of how to tune it, or how my tuning method works. And let's go on to compression. You can read about this. High compression is typically results in more power by higher risk. Low compression, perfect for boosting. It compensates for the loss of compression. I'm just reading off, you know, little sentence here and there. Of course, risk. Read this. I highly recommend it. Damages. Definitely read that, and dyno. So you guys should read all of this, but I basically explained the very first basic concept of how to tune your car. And yeah, go ahead and check out part 2, where I start to digest of all these information into Nitto and apply it. So yep, check it out. Peace.